Here's John Keller with Senator Ed Markey.
We're always glad to have an opportunity to sit down and talk with the junior senator from Massachusetts. Senator Ed Markey is with us today. Senator, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
And I think whatever our viewers might think of you, pro or con, I think they would all agree that you deserve our thanks for sponsorship of the bill that 12 years ago moved the start of daylight savings time up to the second Sunday in March from the first Sunday in April. So we have an extra hour of sunlight starting March 9th. Thanks to you. Thank you.
It was the most disturbing thing to me to think that the sunlight was at 5 a.m. in the morning and not at 7 o'clock at night. So what I was able to do is to move daylight savings time from the end of April to the beginning of March, because the spring really doesn't start until you can go out after supper and still walk around.
So this is probably hands down the best thing you've ever done in your long career.
I think there's no question that the corners of people's mouths turn upwards when they're out in the sunshine.
No question.
And so from my perspective, that whole ability to bring more sunshine to people's lives is right up there at the top.
That's
of my
good
career.
branding.
Yeah, thank you.
So now, somewhat more controversial is this Green New Deal that you're co-sponsoring with Representative Ocasio-Cortez. Now, this is, I think most people know by now, it's a big list of sweeping changes in the way we produce and consume energy, involving really one of the largest mobilizations of government-run industrial policy since the original New Deal. Now, I don't doubt most of our viewers are concerned about climate change. But I also don't doubt that many of them remember, unhappily, the bad state government bet on evergreen solar, the federal government disaster with Solyndra, another solar energy company, not to mention this sort of tortured government handling of the Cape Wind offshore turbine project that ultimately was a factor in its demise. And I think people wonder, can government handle a mission this big without messing it up?
Well, the same question was asked of President Kennedy when he announced that we were going to put a mission to the moon in place and complete it within 10 years. And he made it very clear in his announcement that we would have to invent metals that did not exist. We would have to invent propulsion systems that did not exist, that we would have to return that mission from the moon through temperatures half the intensity of the sun, and we would have to do it because there was no option, because failure was not an option, and we had to be bold. Well, the United Nations and our own federal scientists are now saying that climate change is an existential threat to the planet. Here in Boston, 2 miles from here, out in Boston Harbor, that's the second fastest warming body of water on the planet, with the exception of the Arctic. We're living this. We're one of the 10 most vulnerable cities in the United States. So we don't have an option. We have to take on this mission, and we can save all of creation by engaging in massive job creation. We already have 350,000 wind and solar workers. They're roofers, they're electricians in our country, and there's only 50,000 coal miners. We can have millions of jobs that we create. We don't make any individual prescription. We don't pick the technology. We don't pick the company. All we say is unleash this revolution, and we know that we can accomplish it.
But you do have this proposal calls for a committee to be formed from people in both the public and private sector, and it's unclear exactly how that's going forward, but at some point somebody's got to pick where the grants go and where the funding goes, right? What confidence do we have that it won't be a botch job?
Well, in truth, if we create broad policy incentives so that private sector companies are able to take action, then we're going to see great change. So we have solar tax breaks on the books right now that are going to expire, wind tax breaks, electric vehicle tax breaks. We need tax breaks for storage capacity for renewable electricity. We can put those tax breaks on the books, put them on the books permanently, and then allow any company, any individual, any technology to then compete in the marketplace to be able to provide the solution to the climate change problem.
All right, let's